Welcome to At the Table,
where we are connecting entrepreneurs, discovering missions, and building communities with purpose, body, soul, mind, and business with
Charlie
and Heather.
with Women in Leadership.
Welcome to the table. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather. And together we love to connect with other women entrepreneurs and show you what they're doing in the world.
Oh my gosh. And we were thrilled to meet this beautiful woman, Julie, when we were on our retreat in North Carolina about a month or so ago. And we just had a fabulous time. We connected with Julie really well. We've had a couple of ladies from that retreat on the podcast, and I can't wait for you guys to meet Julie. She is a clean health advocate for Ideal Life and just an all-around amazing person, mother, friend. And you just have to meet her. So Julie, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody. I'm Julie. I live in Northern Virginia, right outside of Washington, D.C. I was born and raised here. I live about 45 miles west of the city with my husband and our 3 children who are winding up school for the year here pretty soon. We can get through it. We can get through the summer. Mm-hmm. So that's me. I like to read, I like to run, I like to hang out with my family and get outdoors and play with them. Been playing pickleball recently, which has been super fun. Just learn how to play that with all the rules and everything. So Thank you for having me.
So what do you do for to help bring in income? Because you are a stay-at-home mom of 3, if
I am. So I do have
and like Charlie and I, you have an out-of-the-box kiddo too, right?
Yes.
And yes. So we all know that means even more mom attention.
Yes.
So you have kind of a unique way that you help take care of yourself and other people.
I do. So Charlie mentioned that I'm a clean health advocate for ID Life. ID Life stands for Individually Designed Life. And what we do is all of our products are all natural, and they're naturally sugared, flavored, and colored. And we can put together plans for people that meet their specific needs and to help them meet their specific health goals that they have. So no plan is the same because no person is the same. We're very much about customization, if that means through vitamins or through working out in a different way because your body reacts to strength training differently than it does to cardio or something to that effect. So we have a whole line of products that we can help people, men, women, and children for that matter, to help them be better, do better, and meet whatever health goals that they have.
That's so awesome.
That is awesome.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
While you were talking about that, how do you help people find what would work best for them?
So the easiest way to do that is we have a DNA kit, and through a quick swab of the inside of your mouth that you then turn into a laboratory, and you get back this big report of they analyze all your fitness and nutrition genes. So we're not going to tell you what part of Europe you're from, or it's not ancestry, but similar, but we're just looking at health and nutrition, fitness and nutrition. So when my report came back, it said that my body reacts to a HIIT workout, which is a high intensity interval training workout. So I am a runner, believe it or not, but I do interval running. So I run as long as I want to run, and then I stop and I walk for a while, and then I run again. And so it's getting my heart rate up and down, which is the best thing for my body to help me to burn calories, lose weight. And losing weight is my particular health goal that I have, but I work with a lot of people that's not their health goal. Their health goal is digestion or sleep. Sleep is a huge one. The list can go on and on. But the DNA report has
Start
so
with
much
the
information.
DNA report, and then you ask, like, what is your top health goal? And between the two of those, if I understood what you're saying, between the two of those, that tells you what products or what kind
What
of
you should do
health
about it.
plan you could put yourself on.
Yeah, we can even take that report and enter the results from it into a website that we've created, and we'll give you exactly what you need to do. We call it the roadmap, but like that gives you exactly the roadmap to meet about 6 or 7 different health goals. So if it's fitness, or if it's vitamin deficiencies, or if it's weight loss, or like I said, if it's sleep, or if it's food, or what have you, it'll give you exactly the roadmap that you need to take in order to meet those goals.
What you're saying is there's no more guessing.
Correct.
Or trying different things to see what happens and what sticks. There's no more of that guilt and shame associated with the foods and things that you are eating, because you have the roadmap that tells you, what's best for you as an individual, as opposed to what is the fad out there.
Yep. Now that doesn't mean that we all do it.
Oh, I mean, we're
all human, right? We're all human, but it takes the guesswork out. It definitely takes the guesswork out. Yep.
And I think that's so cool, because knowing what your body is going to do, like, is definitely yo-yo dieted and up down, and Charlie is lost and kept off almost 200 pounds.
I fluctuate about 30 pounds a year, plus minus,
Okay.
So 15 pounds either side of happy, I guess.
Yep.
And but I've always guessed at it.
Right? It's like
right. And you found a solution, but how long did it take you to get to that solution?
Right. And it's the best solution for me, because you know what? Maybe I can maintain this weight because I forget breakfast 95% of the time, but maybe that's not what I need to be doing, and maybe that's why I'm storing things for later, so to speak. I don't know. It would be really cool to find out.
Right.
Yeah. I think it would be really cool to find out. So
it's funny. I did it several years ago because I had FOMO. Have you ever had FOMO, where you're just I just need to know. I just want to know. I might be doing all the right things, doubtful, but I just want to know.
I'm just doing all the right things. Heck yeah.
Well, and then there's the second part of it, which is all the mind stuff, right? Which is all up here of, I know what I need to do. Why am I not doing it? And I do consider myself a coach in some respects, because I do like to reach out to my clients and just say, how are you doing? What's going on? Tell me what you're thinking. Do we need to switch something up, or is that working really well for you, or you can do it? And I have one client who she really just needs to get out and walk every day, is what it really comes down to. I mean, she has some other health issues too, but if she could just start with that, just getting outside and walking a mile or 2 a day would be huge.
That
not only for her,
super scary, coming from someone that has like chronic issues. Like, so I usually say with starting, like, inside and walk your walls.
That
so you're
works
still
too.
moving, but you're not so far from where you're scared at. Like, because what I would fear is that I would get so far from home and not be able to get back home. Right.
Well, I had
if
another
you feel
client.
really good for a while. I guess this is where products come in too, because I know from hanging out with you that you have pre and post workout stuff, right? Like, so that might actually help so much, but that fear of what your body has done to you in the past, and walking from your home. So like, just like thinking of different ways to put it, because when you say walk a mile or 2, I'm like, kill me.
Let me
Charlie's gonna make me do it. I see it.
Well, here would be my suggestion. Well, first of all, I love your way of saying, hey, that might not work for me, but this could. You're still getting it in, right? And that works for you. However, I had a client recently and we met for a walk. We were just going to go for a walk and just talk. And I said, do you want to go a half a mile, or 2 miles? Those are my 3 options right now. And she said, why don't we do a mile? And I said, okay, well, we'll walk a half a mile and then we'll walk back. We'll just turn around and come back. And at a half a mile, I said, how are you doing? Do you want to turn around and go back? And she said, no, I think I can keep going. And we ended up doing 2 miles. We actually did double what she thought she could do. And it was because not because it was just me, but she had a friend with her who was just talking with her, and it just went by and she didn't even realize what was happening. So grab a friend, grab Charlie, grab a dog, I always say the friend, because when you're talking and walking at the same time, you just kind of lose where you are in your surroundings and oh my God, another step.
That your body's like having a response.
Plus you're able to process things with your girlfriend, right?
Yep.
This problem, what do you think about this? And you can really think it out together while you're walking too.
Which is what we were doing.
Yeah.
And so when we got back and I said, we did 2 miles, and she was like, oh my gosh, I never thought I could do that. So we can all do hard things, and we all can do more than we think we can. Trust me.
It's awesome.
And we can all put ourselves first.
Put ourselves first.
Topic
Yes.
for today.
Topic for today.
So,
yes.
What does it look like to put ourselves first?
Well, I'm a work in progress. I'm not going to say I have it. I'm not saying I have it down yet. So I've been doing this business since December. So not for very long, only about 6 months. But I was familiar with the products and was using the products, and I lost about 30 pounds last year with the help of the products, which is the reason why I wanted to share it, because it worked for me.
Right.
But I've also been one of those people that have not put myself first. And because I felt like all these other things around me needed to come first. My family's well-being, my children's schooling, my children's well-being, my bringing in income for the family, being there for my husband, and even prior to meeting my husband and having a family, everything else, my job, when I worked in corporate America, like my job had to come first. And I thank my husband a lot, because he's never said, no, put yourself first. Those words have not come out of his mouth. But every time I have this grand idea of what I need to be doing next, he's like, no, we're not ready yet. The family's not ready yet. The kids aren't to that phase yet. No, not yet. No, not yet. And I'm like, okay, so I'm still a stay-at-home mom. But what that made me do is it really made me look inside. And I'll be honest with you, our retreat was a huge catalyst of this, of saying, I say that I'm worth it. I say that I should do this. I know what I should be doing. I know all the things, but I'm not doing it. And I came away from the retreat of being like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put me first. It's okay that I don't have something planned for a particular day. You know what that means I can do? That means I can go exercise. It means I can go to the grocery store and buy good things for my family to eat. It means I can come home and cook good meals for my family to eat. It means that I'm putting us first, which is something that I have never done in those kinds of ways before, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's been a huge shift for me. I don't really like to cook. I don't really care to cook. I'm not a great cook, but I'm learning at 50 years old. I'm learning. I have a really weird rule. I only cook things that are 5 ingredients or less, because once it gets over 5 ingredients, my brain shuts off. It just shuts down. And so, but there are really healthy things out there and really tasty things that you can make that are 5 ingredients or less. 5 ingredients or less, but you have to have the time to make them. And I now have the time to do it. I have making the time. I have set aside the time.
Woo!
And that's been really fun. I didn't think that would be fun. And, getting new recipes from people and then going to the store and picking out everything and coming home and making it. And, you know, my husband tasted it and I'm like, was he gonna like it? You know, like it's, I don't know, it's like this, it's a very new adventure for me. So it's been fun, actually.
How's
And I
it
didn't think
going
that it would be.
with the kids? Because I know my out of the box kid, he doesn't always like a new flavor. Like,
So we don't necessarily make those meals for the kids. We ask them to try it.
yeah.
We always ask them to try it. We end up typically making them their own meal. But as long as we know that that's what we're going to do, that's okay. I don't take any offense to the children not liking it.
Well, and
You know,
you're test driving it. I mean, because every once in a while you're going to come across one that everyone loves.
Right.
Like,
Right. And I'm that kind of mom that I'm like, if I think you're not going to like it, I'll tell you. I'll tell you if I think you're not going to like it. But if I think you will, I think you should give it a try. You know, and then if you don't, that's cool. We're good. But one day here recently, it was back, I think it was after the retreat. I had 4 meals going at one time because when the mood strikes me, like I have to like go with it.
Yeah.
So I had everything. I had a crock pot going. I had the oven and the stove and the microwave and the toaster oven. And so I just kind of did it. I did it in bulk. Right. And then I portioned it out and I froze some of it and I refrigerated some of it. So then we could just go pull when we were ready to go do it. And so that seems to be working for us, and just never done that before. And I know that's
a bulk cook day. Or even like, I always remember my grandma's philosophy was like, you have like the big meal on Sunday and then you repurpose you plan for the meals for the week off of your big cook on Sunday. So like, even doing that is awesome.
Yeah. In my family, I have 3 teenagers that live with me. 2 of them are mine. One of them's an extra of mine. So they each cook a different night of the week. So we get to try different things, and they get to try their hand at cooking and getting feedback and things like that. And I actually really enjoy cooking in the kitchen with my husband. You know, he's a great sous chef. He'll chop and season, and he's got great ideas when it comes to food. And you know, we have been shifting more toward making sure, even when the kids are making meals, that they're including things like vegetables. Let's talk about portion control especially when it comes to things like carbs. And
right.
And what is a good amount of protein, and we talk about these things while we're cooking with them or helping them cook, but then we're also giving them the choice to choose what's for dinner one night a week. And they really look forward to it, and they'll like add things to the grocery list. I need this for my meal this week, and they just get really excited. So that's when.
So what have they been making?
One of the favorites for one of my kids right now is teriyaki chicken nuggets.
No, not just any chicken nuggets though. You got to get the dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
There is no other kind of chicken nugget. Dinosaur chicken
He
nugget.
cooks the chicken nuggets, in the oven.
They even come in gluten-free now.
And then he chops up the peppers and onions and things for this, And he uses the Panda Express Beijing sauce, and he mixes it all together, and then we put it over rice. And so we've got meat and veggies, and it's fun and it's different, but it's like one of the favorites.
The family loves it. I just hear them
talking
about
that is
it.
So great.
Even you're out of the box. He likes it.
He likes it.
Yeah.
So I make this pizza casserole.
Ooh.
So it's basically pizza, but without the crust.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ground beef with pizza sauce. So you can buy jarred pizza sauce at the store. Mm-hmm. And then you put that in your baking dish, put mozzarella cheese on top, and then I like to put pepperonis. And then you just put it in the oven for a few minutes just to melt everything. And it is delicious. And it takes that pizza craving away from me. I don't, because I do love pizza. I love it. But because I get that pizza sauce, that seems to be enough of my cravings. My daughter loves to make that with me. It is so fun to do that with her, and just to see her grow from like, so that's probably a dish we do every other week, but to see her grow of like, she's like, okay, well, this is next. And, like she's gone from not knowing anything to like almost running the show.
That's so
put it together. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's 8. And so, she gets her little stool out in the kitchen because she can't even reach anything. And
that's awesome.
I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's been more fun than I thought it would be. I thought it was a chore. For many, many, many years, I just thought cooking was a chore, and it was just something that you had to do. And I've changed my mindset to say, okay, I want to be healthier. I want my family to be healthier. This is what we need to do.
I get to provide them with the gift of health every time I cook. I get to infuse it with love when I cook for them.
Yes. Yes.
You get to do these things.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, not until recently was I able to look at it that way.
Same. You're not the only one. I used to hate cooking, especially when I was doing it every single day, and the kids would be like, I don't want that. And
it gets to the point where you're just like, why?
Screw it. You feed yourself.
Right. You're like, you want chicken nuggets? I'm throwing them in the microwave. I'm not even going to make them good.
Crispy.
Like, they'll just be soggy and whatever. But if that's what you want, fine. But, my kids are still not quite to the teenage stage yet. So they still are in that chicken nugget, macaroni and cheese, French fry.
We've converted the sweet potato fries at our house.
Yeah. Maybe some spaghetti. We can get them to eat some spaghetti. But like I said, I always ask them to try it because again, you never know. You don't ever know when they'll be like, that's really good. I like that.
One thing that surprised me that my kids like, because they're both texture kids, is chicken Alfredo with spaghetti squash for the noodles.
That's so good.
That is interesting.
With the Alfredo sauce, I bet mine would like that because he likes anything with Alfredo sauce.
What's there not to like? Like,
right?
It's Alfredo sauce.
So there's more. Like, what are some other ways that we can put ourselves first? So, taking the step, realizing there's a new goal, making those changes on a family level. While you're running a business and being a mom and a wife, and you're active in your community, I know you are. So you're doing all of these things. So what is your go-to thing when you are feeling it? When you're like, okay, I have all these hats and I'm just really feeling it. What would you?
That's funny that you asked that because I was feeling it this morning. Really, like yesterday I was exhausted. I was really tired and I couldn't figure out why. And again, this morning I was exhausted, and I had planned a pretty packed day, which included a run that I had planned for myself for this morning. And I woke up and I just said, I can't do the run this morning. I just can't. I think rest is what's more important than the run. And I try to prioritize my exercise because that not only makes my body feel good, but it makes my mind feel good. And so I know how important that is. And so for me to just sit and rest is exactly what I needed, because I was going to cancel some plans today and I ended up not, because I got that little bit of extra rest that I needed this morning. And so for me, that's really important. And I don't like to admit it. I'm like, I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I'm a stay-at-home mom. How can I be tired? My kids are at school all day. How can I be tired? But guess what? We're tired. Like,
they still zap our energy.
Yeah. And I'm trying to exercise a little bit more. So I think my body's tired from that. I think we've had my out-of-box kids have had some things going on recently, and I just think just the mental part of that can be draining. And
there's the disruption in the schedule too. So they're home an extra day because of holiday.
Yes.
Then you're like, now I only have 4 days to do 6 days worth of stuff. Great.
Right.
And then,
and
you know, you were on it for the kids that extra amount of time, and then
yes.
It adds
Yes. Yes.
I
So
appreciate the fact that you gave yourself permission to rest.
Because there's one thing to do it and then beat yourself up about it, right?
Because
tell yourself what you should be doing, to tell yourself, you know, I'm supposed to do something. I'm supposed to, you know, all of those red flag words for me, right? Like, oh, I'm shitting on myself. Maybe I should see what's going on in here. What do I?
You know. Well, you guys are moms, and then you also have mom friends. How many times have you been in a conversation with a mom friend who's like, oh, well, Susie has ballet on Saturday, and then we're going to run to the soccer field for Joey, and then we're going to go to this, and it's at the end of the school year too. So we have graduations, and we have recitals, and we have all the things. And for many years, I have felt like, oh, I'm not busy enough because I don't have that schedule. I'm not busy enough because I don't have what she has going on. And I'm not busy enough. I'm not busy enough. I'm not busy enough. How could I be tired? I'm not busy enough. And guess what? You can be tired and still have nothing going on. like it's just the way our bodies work. We require sleep. We require a certain amount of sleep. And I'm a big believer that sleep is kind of the crux of a lot of issues.
And you're not looking at how healthy that mind is of that person that has that very, very full schedule. And we don't know what they're doing to their body, because maybe it's a caffeine addiction. You know, there's other things that could be playing to them keeping up with that. And then what is the long-term consequence of that? Right. Because if you don't, you know, like your health, right? Like you need to take care of yourself now.
Yeah, because I feel like when my kids get off the bus at 4:15, 4:30, I want to be on and I want to be ready for them. And so if that means laying down for an extra hour in the morning to get things, you know, to feel better about getting things done during the day, so then when they're home and we can go do whatever we need to go do, or, you know, do 5th grade math homework. Oh my gosh. I keep telling him I passed 5th grade. I passed it. So come on, dude.
Your turn.
right. I've done all the grades.
You can.
I did all the grades and I passed. And so anyway, so like I'm really glad that I did that for myself this morning, because it today could have looked a lot different, and my mood could have been a lot different than it is.
The power of deciding that, because you took control of your life instead of reacting to it.
Yeah, because I was starting to not feel well. I was starting to, like, you know, then you start to question, am I coming down with something? Is, you know what I mean? And no, I was just tired. I was just tired.
Well, if you didn't pay attention to tired, then you would be run down, and that makes you more susceptible, because that weakens your immune system to actually getting.
And you're not showing up for yourself and the other people around you.
Yeah.
And then you're beating yourself up, and this whole spiral starts.
Right. It's all circular, right? It just kind of keeps going and going and going. And so, this is all new for me, like I said, and the retreat, really, another plug for the retreat, but that's what I walked away with from the retreat, which is not the reason why I went. That's not what I thought that I needed to work on.
That space, like right at the beginning, she's like, you're not required to do anything here. Like, you have the freedom to take what you need and do what you need to do for you. And I think that was such a freeing, kind of like we were dumped into the magic genie bottle, right? Like, you all of a sudden get to just be like, when were we not moms? Like, it's been a long time. Like, when could we just focus on what we needed to do for our own self-care. Like that was such an amazing.
I have a question for you gals. Did you walk away with whatever you walked away with? Is that what you thought you were going to walk away with? Was that the reason why you went there, or did you like walk away with something completely like mind-boggling that you're like, I didn't even know I needed to work on that, but here we are?
I knew it would be mind-boggling. Let's just be like, that's where I'm at. Like this whole year has been just like one thing after another.
You're gonna keep blowing your mind.
Yeah, and that's from the beginning. I was like, that's what I expect for myself this year. I'm gonna keep taking the next right step and keep blowing my own mind because I don't know what it looks like on the other side, right?
Wow.
So I am open to having my mind blown and being present for it. Sorry, I did cut you off.
I went without agenda, without an expectation, but open to receiving and giving whatever that looked like.
Because the second she announced us going, we knew we needed to be there. Like,
yeah.
And everything just fell in place for us to be able to go. So I was like, whatever it is. Yeah. Sorry. I cut you off again.
You did the thing.
I did.
What I walked away with was way more than I could have ever imagined. You know, I processed stuff. I didn't think that would be the time and place to process those things. But like Heather said, I was given permission to just be and
to feel.
And to feel.
And to feel. And feel without judgment and feel without consequences.
Yeah.
I know. I went just for a getaway. Like I went just to like, let's go to the beach and meet some new people and be with some friends.
Wait, were you surprised?
And I was like, and I met Jackie in a professional capacity. So I was like, oh, I'm going to work on my business. That's what I'm going to work with, so I'm going to have this big light bulb moment for my business. And that just never even came up. I mean, frankly, we did talk about our businesses while we were there, but that was not. Yeah, right. I mean, it was literally like that much out of 4 days of being together. It was quite amazing how I think we all took a journey that just kind of came out of nowhere. Because I talked to somebody else and I was like, well, why did you go? And she was like, oh, just to go to the beach for 4 days. And then like, we're like mind blown, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for those of you who are listening and you're like, what is this retreat they keep talking about? We are talking about Coach Jackie's Freedom and Adventure retreats. She's got 2 more in the making as we speak. And if you would like to get a hold of her or, anybody else for that matter, look up Jackie Cote Coaching, COTE, with Coach Jackie, and I've got my little card right here. She's absolutely fabulous. These are all the amazing sisters that we gained this weekend, along with Julie, as one of them, and Angela, who was on a couple weeks back. But, oh man. If you are being pulled to just be.
To learn what freedom could be.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't even know what you need freedom from in order to reach the freedom you want.
Right. Go find it with Coach Jackie. Highly recommend her coaching and her retreats. She's a fabulous person, and she blows me away every single day, with her posts and everything else. She's just phenomenal. So anyway,
we're going to make her cry again.
We are.
We love you, Jackie.
Yes, we do.
Do you have any?
And I have my card upstairs on my mirror on my dresser. So I see you ladies every morning.
Charlie has you guys on her screen.
I do. I have that picture on my screen in my computer.
And I have my card at home where I get ready too. So
I get to see all your faces every single day, and it's great, and it reminds me of just pure joy, right?
Right.
It was
Yes.
just joy. And for those of you who would like to get a hold of Julie for her clean health advocacy for ID Life, which is really cool, we will put her information down in the links below. So make sure you go check that out, and support and love on her and all that good stuff.
Yes. And up next,
thank you, ladies.
News from our cause of our quarter. And we want to say thank you to you. Thank you for Julie.
Thank you for having me. This has been so much fun. I'm so glad to see you ladies and reconnect. And we need a Zoom reunion with all the ladies.
Yeah.
From the
I
retreat.
agree.
I think Jackie was doing something with that.
Yeah.
Something to keep the
things might have gotten a little sidetracked a couple weeks ago.
Things happen. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much, Julie, for hanging out with us today. We love and appreciate you so much, and can't wait to see you change the world.
Thank you, ladies. Love you.
The Marysville Police Foundation is a 501c3 organization to support these areas of the Marysville Police Department: law enforcement, officer wellness, and
We
the
take the
community
mystery
outreach
and
programs
pain
and
out of social
activities.
media
We look
consistency
forward
for
to
your
serving
business,
you.
giving you back time to shine in your zone of genius. Social media is the new branding. It deserves its own attention, thought, and effort. Yet so few businesses actually take this seriously and invest enough time on their strategy. We can do it for you at an affordable rate that will fit into your budget and allow you to pursue other revenue channels as well. The hardest part of social media management is keeping up the consistency to be seen and know what to post, when to post. Are you ready to have everything ready to go for you, saving you time and energy by not having to do it all yourself? Still getting your message out so that people get to know you, like you, and develop trust while opening yourself up to more time for the business of your business where you shine. Working with Women in Leadership, BSMB LLP, is a unique experience that bridges the gap from face-to-face to virtual relationship marketing. Not only do we love to help you shine on social media, we love to share tools to help you grow with us, body, soul, mind, and business. Check out our podcast and YouTube channel for Mindset Mondays, Social Media Training Wednesdays, business interviews and special topics on Fridays, and weekly readings on Sundays. To schedule your consultation or podcast interview, head to our website, www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. Our weekly readings on Sunday, our podcast, Mindset Monday, social media training with Heather on Wednesdays, guest interviews, and special topics on Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Find out more and schedule with us online at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com, where you have a spot at the table. Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.